Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand.
Hey guys and girls, you still doing good? All good? It's got to be good. Yeah, so I just realized that I've done most of my videos in this series sitting down. So I decided, okay, I need to do something different today, and I'm standing. I was just about to really take my work, but then it's so cold outside, and probably have to push that till this evening. But then I'm asking myself, why not just do it now? I mean, face the cold, deck up, get out there, take the walk down by the river. Honestly, I really wish I could actually do that recording for you. Maybe I'll do it sometime. This walk down the riverside and then just really coming back. It's really a long walk, but it's very refreshing. And there are a lot of people who do it. I often ask myself a question. My wife does like really heavy exercises. She does like 2 to 3, sometimes 4 hours of workouts every day. And then I ask myself a question. Why does she put herself through that rigorous exercise? It didn't take me long to realize that, understand why exactly she was doing that. Because she's far more fit than I am, right? But she endures that rigor just to maintain her fitness. There's a lot that we can learn from difficult times, from suffering. We have this beautiful picture that I'm just right behind me in our house, and I just want to show you guys. Beautiful shape, right? Just and it's in black and white. It's not colored. But this picture reminds me of fall, just the situation we are in right now. And just really look at the trees. They've lost their leaves and preparing for winter, and they're basically just going to go through it. The water is going to get frozen, everything is going to be pretty cold. And then after winter comes spring, and they begin to get green again, and then we get into summer and everybody's excited. There's an adage that says, then you're interpreted, after every rainfall comes sunshine. And that's what the topic is about today. Patience in suffering. You've probably seen James 5:7-12 before this video began. I would encourage you to open your Bibles and read it again. There's a lot for us to learn from just really being patient and waiting on God. And James 5, 7 to 12 takes you through that spiritual expectation where your faith is really driving you to. But in this part of this series, I just want to move you towards that point of really trusting in God in the face of your trials and temptations. I've gone through it. I know what it means to be tried. I know what it means to, just get beaten down and standing and rising again. And in what I'm going to share with you in the part 2 of this series is the fact that your suffering right now is leading you to somewhere great. Just do the time. I mean, there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of suffering, there's a lot of expectations that have been dashed. Your hopes are not getting you, they're not getting to where you expect them to be. But one thing you need to know, and there's a very good friend of mine who, kept reminding me of that severally when I was going through my difficult times. He said, you may not be where you are. I mean, you may not be where you want to be, but you are definitely not where you once are. Every day you make progress. We are all part of God's family. Let's not crumble. Let's not complain. Let's be an example to one another in these very difficult times. And there are several heroes in the Bible who went through suffering. Remember Elijah? Remember Job? Remember Daniel? Remember the heroes in the series that the church just completed? Nehemiah and all those guys. After every suffering comes joy. Yeah, so in 2018, I posted an article on LinkedIn titled Trials of My Faith, Questions Answered. And that article is a true reflection of some of the experiences that I had and some of the readings that I had to do and teachings, learnings that saw me through my difficult periods. You also get some links to some other online resources that we put together then. It really just talks about turning failures into opportunities and seeing success as the beginning of another great journey. There are times when we ask ourselves the questions like, why do I believe in Jesus? But really, this is the foundation of our faith, if we truly believe. In Ecclesiastes 11, 5 to 8, we learn of Abraham being called the father of faith. Abraham, when he was called, had nothing to believe in. There were no signs, no sons, no children, no miracle worker, no prophet. He was basically told to leave his father's land, go somewhere that he had never been to before. And the Bible does not tell us the depth of that story, but I'm sure Abraham did ask himself questions like, am I imagining things? What am I thinking? Is this really true? But you see, he got up and obeyed. Patience in suffering means that we surrender our plans to God and work with His own plan. For Abraham, God saw a man who did not limit the work of his mighty hands. And because of that, he didn't limit God's work by his own little human knowledge. And because of that, God chose to name his people by him, to make sure that it came from his seed. Why? Because he had the pure DNA that God wanted his chosen people to be composed of. So then I asked myself a question. What's the composition of my spiritual DNA? Why do I believe? What do I believe? I Can my faith stand the temptation of success, of power, of the pains of failure, lack, loss, and death? Can my faith stand suffering? Can it take me through it? The truth of the matter is, Abraham knew something. The God who made everything out of nothing is capable of anything. Therefore, even when we have nothing to believe in, we should still trust in God and trust in His Son Jesus.